Hi folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and once again we're going to commentate on a game of X-Wing that Vinny and I recently played. As you can see, I am playing as the Imperials. I've got the VT-49 Decimator, Rear Admiral Schurner, Expose, Gunner, Izane Izard, Experimental Interface, and Agent Callus. Omicron Group Pilot, Lambda Class Shuttle, Emperor Palpatine, and Heavy Laser Cannon. All of that came to 100 points. Vinny is flying as the Rebels, and he's got YT-1300 Ray with Gunner, Recon Specialist, Millennium Falcon, that's the Segner's Loop title, Expertise, and Engine Upgrade. Lastly, ARC 170, Nora Wexley, R2-F2, C-3PO, Alliance Overhaul, and Push the Limit. All of that came to 100 points. Now, there are 2 8s here, so we're going to have to roll for initiative. And he got a hit. That means he's got the initiative. He rolls first, or he moves first and shoots first. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Okay, so on to some highly intense asteroid placement here. Oh yeah, just throw it anywhere. There you go. So my build with the Decimator, basically expose, reduce your agility by 1 to increase your attack by 1 die, or your attack power by 1. And with the Decimator, you've got 0 agility already, so there's no negative effect there. I took Experimental Interface that I could use Expose after taking a regular action. Basically, the way that turn order works is you take either Focus or Target Lock, and then you use the Experimental Interface that basically allows you to perform an action that is on an upgrade card, but you have to take a stress token. So it's sort of like Push the Limit, but you're forced to use an action that's on an upgrade card. I've also got Agent Callus, and I can choose a ship at the beginning of the game here after setup, and basically I can turn one hit into a focus, or one focus into a hit, or one focus into an evade, which is kind of nice. Izane Izard, after I receive 1 or more damage cards on the Decimator, I get a free evade token. And then, of course, the Lambda has just Emperor Palpatine and Heavy Laser Cannon. Vinny's build, I'm not sure what he was trying to do with that. He's got Ray, which allows him to reroll 2 blank dice, so as long as the attacker is within her firing arc. And then you've got the engine upgrade, which allows her to boost. She's got a Recon Specialist, so she could take double focus. She's got a Gunner in case she misses. I've got Gunner as well. Gunner allows you to perform another attack. So as you can see, I'm putting Agent Callus. I mean, that's sort of like a token that I just got out of my case there. But Agent Callus is on Ray. But anyway, he's got Expertise, so he can switch focuses to hits during the attack. What else has he got? Oh yeah, the Millennium Falcon title, Segner's Loop. So he can, it's not the evade one, it's the Segner's Loop version. On his arc, he's got R2-F2, which basically it's an action. He can increase his agility by 1, push the limit, allows him to get stressed to take an extra action. He's got Alliance Overhaul, so he gets an extra attack die out the front. And something else that I can't see. Okay, so it looks like we're getting the game started. Lambda moved up a bit. R2-F2 as his action. Oh, that's right, he's got C-3PO on the arc, which I didn't understand why he did C-3PO. I know he likes C-3PO, but I mean, he's kind of good if you can guess well. And if you guess 0 all the time, at least at least you'll get 1. So I guess he was trying to keep his arc alive for a while. Alright, so he's going to go ahead and boost here with Ray. So more than likely we'll be in range. Now, I didn't think that I would need an action on my Lambda right from the gate because I wasn't expecting him to go so far, so we just went ahead and we usually skip our actions on the first turn because we're never in range. But then again, with these large ships, they tend to move a lot farther than you'd think. See, I'm already, target lock. That's amazing. So, yeah, we're going to have battle on our first round already. So I'm using Experimental Interface, taking a stress, and taking Expose as my second action. So I'll get 4 attack dice, and, with target lock. Now, Rear Admiral Schurner's ability only kicks in at range 1 to 2. You can turn a focus into a crit, I think. And the Lambda has no special ability. Nora Wexley allows her to spend a target lock that she might have on an enemy to add a focus result to her roll. So push the limit here would be good for her. She could take the target lock, push the limit focus, and then spend the target lock, add the focus. Looks like I'm taking some hits here on my Decimator. So I lose 3 shields on the Decimator, and I get to fire back. That was Ray doing damage on the Decimator. Alright. I rolled some hits here. What am I going to do? Target lock, probably? Now, I've got Agent Callus, so I can switch that focus over to a hit. So I'm re-rolling those. Got another focus. So I'm going to use Agent Callus on one, and I'm going to probably Palpatine the other. Okay, yeah. So I've got 4 hits there. And he gets to re-roll blanks with Ray. He got 2 more blanks. That's 3 hits. So he loses 3 shields on the YT. So 3 shots to 3 shots. Not a bad first opener. And no one else is really in range to do anything at this point. So we're on to the second round. Going in guns a-blazing. So this is an interesting scenario. I mean, my Lambda doesn't do well turning around. So I have to try and get as many shots off with my heavy laser as possible, while keeping Palpatine alive as long as possible, so that I can use him along with the Decimator. Alright, so what am I doing here? One slight turn to bump. Just so I can stay... I mean, I won't get to take an action, but at least I'll still be an arc for my heavy laser cannon. On somebody. And I think Vinny took the R2-F2 action on his arc. Alright, 2 straight. Yeah, I was asking Vinny what he did. I think he's taking the R2-F2 action. Yeah. Okay, so Millennium Falcon shoots at the Decimator, I think. I take my target lock, experimental interface, and expose. Still shooting through an asteroid, though. Closest base to closest base. Both at range 2 from the looks of it. Yeah, barely range 2 there. Barely range 2. I would have preferred range 1 myself. 5 attack dice, come on. With expose, yeah, 5 attack dice, that's awesome. Even if I am shooting through an asteroid. Imagine if I had trick shot. Alright, so I rolled a focus. So I'm going to, yeah, use Agent Callus, take 2 hits. Remember, I can turn focus into evades as well as hits with Agent Callus on the ship that is firing. Alright, Agent Callus to a hit, and probably Palpatining. Yep, that's what that green token is, by the way. That's a reminder to myself that I've used Palp. Alright, so he's got 2 hits, I think. So I think he's out of shields at this point. Here comes Heavy Laser Cannon. 1 hit. Agent Callus turns that into another hit. So I get basically do 1 damage to him. Could have done better with the heavy laser, to tell you the truth, but... Okay. So where does he go from here? He's thinking. I got to be careful with that shuttle. Like I said, I don't want him to get behind me because turning around with that thing is almost near impossible. I mean, you can turn around with it, but it's a space whale. It takes forever to do, and if you've got someone maneuverable behind you, you're never going to catch them unless they do something really stupid. All right, so the Ark is moving to the side, going after the Decimator probably. Taking R2-F2, push the limit, I think? Possibly? No? Yeah, he's taking a focus. Okay, so he did push the limit, took a focus. He's doing a... I took a... What did I do? Ah, here we go. 3 Segner's loop, look at that. Fits right in there. He gets stressed, but he's at range 1 now of the Lambda, carrying Palp, so I'm kind of nervous about that. But now I think I'm at range 1 of his Arc, so it looks like I'm going to be switching targets. I hate switching targets mid-battle like that. Like, I'd like to concentrate fire on one, take it down, and then concentrate fire on the other one, but in this case I didn't have much of a choice. Can't pass up a range 1 with the Decimator with Expose. I get a free evade with Izane Izard. Alright, so I lose 3 shields on the Lambda from Ray attack. And I'll be shooting at range, looks like range 2 actually, not range 1. I still get 4 attack dice though, with Expose. And 3 hits. Target lock. I could have palped that. Alright, Admiral Chernu's ability. Chernu turns that focus into a crit. Spends his focus. So he guessed correctly, I think, with C-3PO. So he must have taken 1 damage. Yeah. So he's out of shields on his Arc. And now he's shooting back with the Arc at the Decimator. Using my evade token to cancel damage. He only got 1 hit. I had 1 evade token. And now here comes the Lambda with the heavy laser. And I decide to palp and focus. Alright, so the Arc isn't... Well, looks like the Arc may have survived. Yeah, it definitely survived that. The Arc has 6 hull, I think, by default, so it's still in the game, despite the fact that it got beat up pretty heavily this round. Although C-3PO did negate some of that damage. So maybe it was a good idea for him to bring him along after all. But the more evade dice that you have, the less chance you have of guessing correctly. So, with 2 dice, he usually guesses 1, which is kind of a safe bet. There's a 3 in 8 chance that you're going to roll an evade. Alright, so he moves right in there without bumping. Takes a push the limit, along with R2-F2 and focus. He's trying to keep his mobility up. Alright, moving up. I did a 0 here, so I didn't move. Took a stress token. I wanted to make sure I knew I was going to get beat up pretty heavily by Ray, but I wanted to make sure that my shots counted for something. I wanted to have a shot in the first place. So Ray's going to be attacking probably here in a minute. On the Lambda. He gets 4 attack dice. Alright. Looks like 4 hits. And a crit, possibly. Yep. Structural damage. Reduce agility by 1 to a minimum of 0. So my shuttle now has 0 agility, as opposed to 1. So it's on the brink of death. Here comes the Decimator shooting 5 attack dice at the Arc. I decide to reroll the blank and focus. Got a hit there. I decide to Palpatine the blank, and so that's 3 hits, 2 hits and 2 crits. He had an evade and a focus, I think it was. So he's going to spend his focus, take 2 crits. Okay. He picked up the dice before I could see them. He has Console Fire and Loose Stabilizer. After he executes a white maneuver, I don't know what was going on with the camera. It was like all messed up. Like it was discolored and bright and everything else. But anyway, if he performs a white maneuver, he becomes stressed. Console Fire, he has to roll at the beginning of every combat phase. On a hit, he suffers a damage. Here comes the Arc shooting back at the Decimator. 4 attack dice. My evade token cancels out one of them. One of the 2 hits. Alright, Lambda's attacking Ray at close range. Looks like 2 hits and a crit there. Damage Cockpit. I think that's, yeah. His pilot skill is now 0 on the next round. Which kind of stinks, because now the Lambda, well, stinks for him. My Lambda is going to be able to shoot before his will. And he'll have to move first on top of that. So that actually works out to my advantage. I can actually take him out before he takes me out. Had he not gotten that card, it's a distinct possibility that he could wipe me out on this following round here. At least the Lambda. Alright, 4 straight. He's getting out of there. Taking a double focus. I'm moving 1 straight. Taking a target lock. Arc's moving up by 1 and does not bump. He just fits in there. And I believe I do a... It's unfortunate that none of the Decimator's 1s are green maneuvers. It looks like he's taking a target lock and a focus with push to limit. Most of my 2s are green maneuvers, so I cleared my stress. Doing the same thing. Target lock, experimental interface, take an expose. Giving me that extra attack die. Still get my evade token, which I don't have out. Alright, what did I do? Target lock to reroll those. 4 hits. Okay. Alright, so he takes either 2 or 3 damage on his arc. Alright, so the arc is shooting back. I have 1 evade. What's he doing? Okay, he's spending his target lock to add a focus to his roll. He's spending his focus token, so he's 4 hits. I have an evade token, so that turns out to 3 hits. So I take 3 damage, 3 face down cards. So the Decimator is getting hit pretty badly here. And here comes the Lambda. Palpatining the blank into a crit. It's 4 hits on Ray, and I think her luck has run out. Blank. Okay, so that's 4 hits with a crit. Yeah. So unfortunately, again, with that pilot skill being 0 like that, she probably might have been able to take out the shuttle before I took her out. So those criticals, man, they really can mess you up. But score 1 for Palps. I wasn't expecting him to take anyone out. I was just using him as utility. I wasn't expecting the Lambda to actually do anything. But then again, I've got heavy laser cannon, so, you know, good thing I took it. Alright. Moving the Lambda in here. Taking a target lock. And I think technical difficulties will be happening soon. Something happened and I had to cut away from this top-down view. think right after I move this. Yeah, so 2 slight turn here, target lock, experimental interface, expose. Okay, there we go. Okay, I shoot first. I'll Palpatine one of those. It's 4 hits. Well, 2 crits and 2 hits. He rolled 3 blanks. And it doesn't matter. He had 5 damage to begin with. Direct hit, 3 hits. Yeah, So that was the end of the game. So yeah, again, Vinny played very well. I'm always curious to see what kind of builds he comes up with, and he never disappoints. Some of his decisions on the builds are a little questionable, but at the same time, like sometimes when I find something questionable, something happens in the game to where, like, it was actually a good thing that he took his build the way he did, or built his build the way it did. Yeah, built his build the way it did. That sounds crazy, but anyway, yeah, excellent game as always. It's a pleasure to play Vinny. He's an excellent X-Wing player. If you guys want to see more, let us know. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to my channel and check out my official website www.dadsgamingaddiction.com. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.